Welcome to the Rotary Club of Beaumont, the 72nd club founded in the world where our members serve to change lives. And those of you on Zoom, I'm sure you've muted your microphone and you've now taken the chance to check in on your Facebook page. Thank you. And so great to see you all here. We've expanded the room. I think we're ready to talk some baseball, right? I'm sure you all made reservations. If you haven't, be so kind to make a reservation for each and every meeting that you plan to attend. Did you know that there was a Beaumont Rotary Baseball Club in 1923 through 1925? Yeah, and that the Rotary records say that Charles Weinbaum's father was a standout on that club. Yeah. That's the truth. And in the 40s, they had a softball club, and that was reestablished in the 1980s. Club members played in the municipal softball league. I hope they had insurance for all of that. Yeah, you need to ask Charlie about that sometime, would you? Yes, and to lead our invocation, James Hahn, he's the director of choral activities at Lamar University. Our pledges by Dorina Holtzhausen, Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communication, Lamar University. Introduction of guests by John Lee, business advisor, Lamar University, Small Business Development Center. James.
Let us pray. From prayer of Saint Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is a despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. God, thank you for allowing us to continue together here together. Give us strength to reach out to others when we face challenges, especially during the pandemic. Please reopen our eyes to see others' needs. Please make us hear what others cannot hear. Please help us give our hands to others when they ask for help. Please help us be there when it is needed. Please help us remember our friends who need our prayers. Please hold our children when they walk in this challenging time. Please help us continue to believe in what we have believed. With your guidance, we know we can continually make changes in our lives. We pray in your name. Amen.
I do get a little kick out of doing this. So please join me in the pledges of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. Next is flag. Allegiance to thee, one state under God, one.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Rotary. I'd like to introduce the guests that we have today. As I introduce you, if you would please stand along with the member that brought you, and then just hold the applause until we are done. And we've got a full page here, which is a great thing. Amanda Yarbrough, hosted by Joanne Brown. We have Rhonda Marks. Rhonda, I'm not sure who was hosting. Sorry. Hosted by Rhonda Marks. Stacy Jackson, hosted by Sherry Pierce. Amy Eckerly, also hosted by Sherry Pierce. Robert Peavy, a guest of Pat Anderson and a former member. Kim Johns, a guest of Dee Lang. Cedric Sullivan, guest of Pat Anderson. Angela Derry, guest of Lynn Hill. John Vickery, guest of Mandy Clayton. And Alan Nation, also a guest of Mandy Clayton. And last, Dante Miller, a guest of Alan Higgins. If we could welcome all those. We also have with us today two visiting Rotarians, Jennifer Bursfield from the Orange Club. Welcome, Jennifer. And Rebecca Woodland from the Spindletop Club.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us at Rotary. Thank you, members, for remembering that everyone bring one. Introduction of new member, Joanne Brown, President-elect. Joanne?
Thank you, President Brad Brown. Today, it's my honor and privilege to introduce you to our newest member of the Rotary Club of Beaumont, Misty Fountain. Misty is the Associate Vice President of Business Development Officer at First State Bank of Texas. Misty was born in Beaumont. She grew up in Orangefield, and she wanted to join Rotary. She submitted herself to be a member of Rotary for the opportunity to meet like-minded people who want to better serve our community. Misty would best like to serve Rotary by networking and volunteering. Misty is married to Perry Jones. Together they have 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and being a grandmother, Gigi, is one of Misty's greatest joys. Misty has been in banking 21 years. She started out as a teller for 2 years, moved into management for 8 years, and has worked in the business commercial banking for the past 11 years. Volunteering and giving back to our community is the passion that Misty wants to spend most of her time doing. Over the years, Misty has volunteered with Junior Achievement, reading to elementary school students, and working finance park that teaches budgeting to local high school students. She has volunteered at the Southeast Texas Food Bank, sorting donated foods for those in need. My fellow Rotarians, please join me in welcoming Misty Fountain.
Thank you, Joanne. Welcome, Misty. We're still collecting funds to send to the Louisiana Rotary Club to assist them in their relief work. You'll see a collection box there at the back of the room, or you can give online until the end of September. We'll gather that up and send it on. We'll be working at Martin Elementary on this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 or noon until the job is done. All of you are welcome, members and guests alike, to come and help assemble the component parts that make up the cardinal nest there at Martin Elementary. And we'll prepare for a ribbon cutting and official opening. Lynn Hill invite you to the podium to report on community service projects. Lynn will be introducing Angela Derry. She's the assistant principal at Martin Elementary.
Couldn't disappoint my friend Jay Wilson. I just had to do that. Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests. So you know what that means? That means we are going back to school. Yay, yay, yay. It is once again to sign up to volunteer at our chosen school, Martin Elementary. You can volunteer to read. You can volunteer to tutor or work in our soon-to-be up and going nest. And I'm here to introduce you to Martin Elementary's brand new assistant principal, Mrs. Angela Derry.
So guys, I thank you guys for this opportunity of being here. Thank you, Ms. Lynn, for inviting me. We look forward to working with you in this new school year. And I'm here for your service. So any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
She is the new assistant principal, but she's not new to how Rotary has impacted Martin Elementary. When we did the shoe drive and when we did the coat giveaway, we had Operation Warm, we had leftover coats. She was a teacher there at the school. So she's only been going for Martin, what, a couple of years maybe? 2 years. And so now she's back home and so working in a new capacity. So she's very eager to work with Rotary. And I know you're excited. So you're saying, how can I sign up? What can I do to get involved? So I'm so glad you asked. And Misty, the new Rotarian, where is she? Where is she? You're gonna fit right in. I heard you say reading, so we're ready. You can go to BISD's website, Beaumont ISD's website, bisd.com, click the volunteer button, go in and fill out your volunteer paperwork. Easy. Okay. And also next week, hopefully, when you read your Rotarygram, you can look in. We'll have a link in the Rotarygram for you to just click, and that will take you to the site so that you can volunteer. Even easier. And if you don't want to do that, then Teresa Simpson and I will be here with laptops. So when you come in, we will hound you. No, I'm kidding. We will assist you in signing up to volunteer with the district the easiest way possible. So also, those of you who signed up last year we did SOAR in January. If you signed up in January, your application is still good. Their applications, I spoke to Debbie Bridgman, they are good per calendar year. So if you signed up in December, you'll need to renew in December. They send out a renewal form. Unfortunately, you don't get a 30-day advance notice to just kind of put a pin in it to when you signed up. But let's sign up and let's fill our nest and let's get ready to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn and Angela. Welcome to Rotary. Yes, sign up. Now, I do Rotary reading. I do Roar reading at Martin Elementary, and it is a blast. You know, I'm on Zoom about 30, 45 minutes with my student. Last year, I did it on Tuesday and Thursday, so I had 2 students through the school year. It was an excellent way to give back to your community and a redeeming one for me. I was glad to participate. I hope you will too. Find joy in that. We'll hear from Jay Wilson. He's the board liaison for District Service Committee, talking about our international convention in Houston. Jay?
Thank you, President Brown. We are 255 days away from the International Convention, which is in Houston next June. And you may remember it's been a couple of months, but one of the first things I talked about is there's just this feeling that you get. It's hard to describe, but it's one of those Rotary moments when you go there and there's 25,000 people in a room and just, you know, sharing like-minded people and values. And so I've asked Sherry Pierce to come up and kind of talk to you about her Rotary moment, what she experienced at her international convention. Sherry?
It was kind of hard to pick just one, but I went to Sydney in 2014, and it was an experience I will never forget. And there were so many moments, but one of the things that really sticks in my mind, from downtown, we had about a 20 or 30-minute train ride. Is that what it was, Becky? Out to Olympic Village, where all the convention was being held. And so you get on this train and you're sitting there with people. And of course, you know me, I'm going to talk to them, but you might be sitting next to somebody from Sydney. You might be sitting next to somebody from London. You might be sitting next to somebody from Houston, all over the world. And sometimes you have to, you know, communicate with gestures a lot of times, but it was just so neat because, I mean, we went like for 3 or 4 days and we had that trip back and forth every day. And so there was just so many people to meet and interact with and see, like somebody else said, like-minded people, people who wanted to believe in that service above self thing. And it was just, that was just one. I can tell you about more. Ask me personally.
So get signed up, folks. I will tell you, hotels are starting to book up. So if you want to attend, you need to attend, get your reservations made now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, a chance of a lifetime, seriously, to participate in Rotary International practically in our backyard. Did you know that our fledgling club was recognized in 1914 by the Rotary International Convention held in Houston in 1914. Club records indicate that we had practically 100% attendance there. I'm not sure what practically means, except maybe there were those that were there that weren't all there. I'm not sure, but records indicate. So Dean Conwell, the Executive Director of Beaumont Convention and Visitors Bureau, will introduce our guest speaker. Dean?
Thank you, Brad. It's great to be here with fellow Rotarians. This is a very special day for us. We're really excited what Freddie Willard is going to be doing. I know if Bill Allen was here, he would say it's a Chamber of Commerce type of day, but with Freddie here, it's a CVB type of day. So we're really excited. Freddie grew up in Anahuac. She moved to Beaumont. She went to Westbrook High School, graduated from Lamar. I've seen two of her kids grow up, Westbrook High School. They both graduated from Lamar. One works for ExxonMobil. The other is a nurse. And what Freddie has done for our CVB and for our city is absolutely incredible. She started her career right here at the Hilton. She's been at the Bureau. I think people saw her talents right away. She's been at the Bureau over 20 years. I have more experience than that, but there's really not too much I can teach Freddie. She gets along so well with her clients. She outworks everyone, and she's just a tremendous asset to our team. Some of the business that she's brought to our city, I didn't think it was possible because we compete against so many other cities, but Freddie brought that business to our city. You drive by Ford Park some weekends and you look at the baseball and softball fields. About 35 weekends out of the year, those fields are full. And we see those cars there, we kind of go like this because this is money for our community. And Freddie is very responsible for most everything that happens there. So I'd like to introduce Freddie Willard.
That's quite the introduction. Thank you, Dean. Thanks to all of y'all for having me here today, and just very appreciative for the opportunity. I say opportunity because you know it's coming. I'm going to ask something from you. I will have 2 asks by the time I'm finished with my presentation. So listen in, and I think most of you know why I'm here overall, to ask to help with the National Beat Baseball Association, but I did want to give you all some insight exactly of what the CVB does and who we are as well. So I'm hoping that my presentation works. So let's talk about the Beaumont CVB for a little bit. Now, all of you know Dean, and most of you may have worked with our staff in some capacity. And for those that have not and not sure what exactly we do, listen in. I know we hosted maybe a couple years back the large Rotary Club. So some of you may have worked with us, and we also host district meetings for the Rotary Club as well. So who are we? What do we do? We are definitely a destination organization. Some of the staff members on staff are responsible for going out and speaking to different groups and bringing visitors to town through group business. And then we also have the tourism department that is responsible for community development and promoting the city in a positive light as well. Move on. Okay. Overall, in essence, our efforts are to help stimulate the local economy with visitor spending and improve the quality of life for the local community. So how do we do this? Well, one, through destination development. A lot of you that have probably visited Terra Park and seen Cattell Marsh on the weekends. We also do advertising and promotion. What is there to do in the city? What are the fun things? Everything that we put out there to get visitors to come to town. And then there's this little thing called group sales and group business, what Dean mentioned to you earlier. That's our convention team. Rebecca Woodland, convention sales manager, is here. Stand up and wave, Rebecca. And then we have Susan Jackson. She's our convention services manager. And she's standing back there as well. So what does that mean exactly? We travel to different trade shows, marketplaces, and meet with different groups. They could have tournaments, meetings, and we ask them to come to Beaumont and have their conferences here in Beaumont. Dean mentioned on any given weekend, you may see softball tournaments out at Fort Fields, at the Beaumont Athletic Complex, people around town in their baseball uniforms. And that, my friend, is tourism and group sales working hand in hand to better the city of Beaumont. So let's talk about once a group says yes to Beaumont. What does that mean for us? Back in July, the tourism staff came here and they had crawfish and alligator gear on, and they were promoting Olympics. It was a festival held downtown that several hundred people attended, well attended, thousands. And let's see, move to the next slide. And basically our tourism department is responsible for everything that has to do with food, fun, and festivals. They're responsible for getting out the word about what a great place Beaumont is to live and work and all the fun things to do here. So they let you know what's happening, what's new. They spread the word about Beaumont. So if you haven't connected with us, please do so on Facebook and connect with us on Visit Beaumont TX and meetbeaumont.com. There you'll see a wealth of information about all of the things that are upcoming and all of the events. So you don't want to miss that. And we're responsible for all of those events, and all of those events stimulate our local economy. So let's talk about community development a little bit. We have some great things coming. Terrell Park is going to get bigger and better. And I'm pretty sure soon Dina have a big announcement about that. So stay tuned, go to our channels and take a look for that information also. All right, the big thing, conventions, tournaments, reunions. You can see there on the board there that there is some tournament play getting ready to happen, conventions that actually came, and a big dance conference. We have hosted everything so far as the Texas Association of Emu Breeders, the Haylolly School, yeah, exactly. I was like, what in the world? But no, the Haylolly Square Dance have actually met here. On the screen, like I said, you can see some of the conventions that we've actually brought to town. My take on this is that meetings mean big business for Beaumont. Each year, we host thousands of visitors. In 2019, we hosted almost 92,000 visitors here in Beaumont. What does that equate to? About 112 meetings and $31 million in state and local tax revenue. So we're asking for you to help us keep that momentum. On the tables there's a card, and it details that exact information that I just discussed. On the flip side of it, there are two lines there. We're just asking for your contact information. And we know that you are part of some organization or association out there that meets annually, that travels, that uses hotel rooms. Please put that information on the card there. You can leave it right there and we'll pick it up at the end of the meeting. I want to show you a little video, just how important it is for you to work with us on this. This is Beaumont. Bring it.
Bring it home.
Bring it to Beaumont. Here, here,
And here.
someone in this room may be a member of the Realtors Association of Texas or the Texas Broadcasting Association or any association. It's very important for us to know our local members because that increases our chance of actually bringing that group to Beaumont. And I tell you, if you help us with this, simply by supplying us with the information, there will be a great reward for you on that. So does that seem like an easy enough ask? That's my number one ask. All right. Every now and then we will have a group that requires more assistance than other than just our staff. It will require the assistance of the local community. And so with that said, that is the main reason that I'm here today. Recently, there was an article in the Beaumont Enterprise, and it announced that we will be hosting the National Beat Baseball Association, July 24th through the 31st of 2022. Now, like many of you, I had never heard of beat baseball up until a couple years ago. So I have a video here that tells exactly what that is. It's beat baseball is for the visually impaired and the blind. So let's take a look at the video.
Well, this week, Palm Beach County is host to the National Beat Baseball Association World Series. And as ESPN 106.3's Paxton Boyd explains, watching these visually impaired athletes take the baseball field is a sight to behold.
1, 2, 3. This week, the Village Park Athletic Complex in Wellington is home to some of the world's best baseball teams.
There are 22 teams total in the tournament, 19 of them from across the United States, 1 from the Dominican Republic, 1 from Taiwan, and 1 from Canada.
But for some of these athletes, they haven't seen the ball hit the bat in years.
We have 2 or 3 players who have not had vision ever. We have 2 or 3 players who've lost vision recently, but they're finding common ground with each other and with the sport and with all the fun we're having here.
Thanks to a 1-pound ball filled with old telephone parts, the visually impaired are now dialed in, competing in America's pastime.
I think every now and then something great happens in the life of someone who's disabled. This is that something great for the blind.
The game is called Beat Baseball. All players, with the exception of the pitcher, who is not visually impaired, wear blindfolds so that those with partial vision don't have an advantage. There are 6 defenders and only 2 bases. If the player gets to a base, a padded cylinder that buzzes before the ball is fielded, that's a run. If the infielder secures the ball before the player reaches the base, that's an out. Sure, the game is different, but the players are not.
When we look for people who want to play this game, you have to want to be challenged, you have to want to overcome that challenge, and you have to want to be winners. So when those 3 things intersect, you got beat baseball.
Call them visually impaired, but whatever you do, don't call them disabled.
You have to hit a ball without sight, then you've got to run to a base without sight, and then you've got to do it quickly.
Certainly a sight to behold. For ESPN 106.3 on WPTV News Channel 5, I'm Paxton Boyd.
Go back here. You may have, well, let me do my best to explain to you all. Of course, all of the players are blind or visually impaired. They depend on their hearing to get them to play this game. There are some seeing members on the particular team, but they have to wear blindfolds as well. So they play with a softball that has the insides of an old telephone, and there are holes. And you pull the stem out and the ball makes a sound, a large beeping sound. So when the pitcher gets ready to pitch, he says, "Ball ready." And then he pitches the ball and they're listening for the beat. And once they hit the ball, there are 2 bases. There are only 2 bases, first and third. Depending on where the ball is hit, the switch operator turns the base on. The base is about 4 feet tall. It's a big blue apparatus. And they turn the base on and they run to the base, and they have to grab it and hug it to be able to be considered safe. Now, the only way that they are out is if when they hit the ball, it lands, it's being caught. If the member on the team reaches the ball and grabs it and holds it up first, then it's considered an out. I really wish you could have seen the video. It's a sight to be seen, yes, but it's very competitive and they trash talk and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And I just love it. Susan and I traveled to Wichita, Kansas to see the games played in person. And like I said, it's a very competitive sport. But here's the deal, my friends. We need about 100 volunteers each day. to help put on this tournament. This is their most prestigious event of the year for National Beat Baseball. And it's going to take not only our staff, but the local community to make this happen for them. Again, it's July 24th through the 31st. On your tables is a list of the different positions. It's a description telling you what needs to be done. There's also times listed and how many volunteers we need for each position. Now, we know that this is a big ask, and we're speaking to other groups as well to ask them to come and volunteer. But again, we will need 100 volunteers per day. Just on the fields, if we have 10 to 12 fields, we'll need 24 judges, 24 umpires, scorekeepers, things of that nature. We'll need help with the hospitality suite, volunteer tent also. So I'm asking you, here's my second ask, to consider volunteer as a group, as a service project, and if not, individually. So basically, my first ask is to help us bring business to Beaumont. And two, because we have brought it to Beaumont, we need your help with the National Beat Ball Association. 100 volunteers, July 24th through the 31st. So just like today, yes. So if you all would consider, I definitely, I'm not shy, so I will be hounding and calling to say, hey, what y'all have decided. But nonetheless, there is my contact information. My card is included. We will have everything on our website to make it easy for you to go and sign up and volunteer for this association. It's a great event. It's one that the community is needed. And again, if y'all have any questions, you can feel free to give me a call. Right here to answer any questions that you may have. Yes. Oh, there's anywhere from 18-year-old to up. There's a legendary team that actually participate in the tournament. So there's a wide range of individuals. And, we will need some people to, make runs for the team while they are here. It's just going to be a big undertaking, one that I think will put Beaumont on the map even more to be able to host other events like this. But I think it would be well worth it if we came together and to host this particular group. Oh, about the dogs? Yes. We will host the doggy daycare because they will bring in their service dogs and they will need care while they're out at the fields playing. So we would definitely need volunteers to come to the hotel and per se babysit, walk the dogs, help feed the dogs. And that position is in the hotel, so you won't have to be out in the heat. So there's just so many areas that you can actually volunteer, but your help is definitely needed for that particular event. And I brought a little gift just to say that we are definitely meant to work together. So let's get this done. Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. What a great challenge that is for the Rotary Club of Beaumont. Listen, beep baseball, big business for Beaumont. Let's be a part of that. All right. Thank you, Freddie. We appreciate you being here and presenting this opportunity for us to participate with you all in making the Beaumont look great for beat baseball, and while the world is watching Beaumont, taking care of this community of blind and sight impaired. As an appreciation for you being here, Freddie, we made a contribution to the Rotary Foundation in your name, and as a thank you for being here with us today. Next week, we'll have our speaker will be Audrey Collins. She's the principal at Peach MacArthur Elementary. She will tell us more about all the innovative things that are happening on that campus. And you'll want to be here like today. You'll want to invite your friends and your professional community to join you here for that presentation. It'll be a great announcement and discussion of what is happening in BISD. I don't know if you got the note, but the membership committee is meeting back at the back table after we adjourn. Anyone interested in becoming involved in this important endeavor, welcome to join the team and meet Rebecca Maxwell at the committee work table in the back. The board of directors are meeting next Tuesday at 11:30. Meetings are open to all of you. If you want to join us, if you would like to attend, please let Jackie know so she can make the proper arrangements for you to be here. And I've heard that we're going to have Rotary after hours on Thursday, September 30th. That is at Madison's? Thursday, September 30th. Thank you, Rotarians, for remembering to everyone bring one. And we see it happening here today and continue doing that. It's important to the health of our club that we grow our membership. And thank you for participating. Thank you to all of our guests who are here today. And thank you to the Rotarians who brought them here. Thank you, James, Dorena, and John, and Dean for sitting at the adult table today. And you represent us so well. Please, all of you, would you stand and say the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do? First, second, third, and fourth. Thank you. Have a good week and serve to change lives.